Economic trouble comes and goes, but the economy can go into a recession when growth drops into the negative and unemployment rates go up. In the last 15 years, the US has been through two recessions, the housing crisis of 2008 and the recession of 2020 COVID-19. Even though there are signs that the economy is getting better, experts are keeping a close eye on the situation because inflation is at record high. You can't control the market, but you can learn how to get ready for a recession and keep your investments from losing a lot of money. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to prepare your finances for a recession. Recessions are similar to hurricanes in many ways. Both the timing of their attacks and the amount of damage they will inflict are difficult to forecast. On the other hand, the damage caused by recession typically takes the form of job losses, collapsing stock market and failed businesses rather than uprooted trees and destroyed homes. Now, it's possible that you won't experience the effects of a mild recession on a personal level. However, you can be sure to hear about them in the news around the clock. On the other hand, a moderate or severe recession will most certainly get your attention. Because of this, the US is currently experiencing a recession as a result of 2 consecutive quarters of slightly negative GDP growth. However, the numbers are getting very close to being positive, and as a result, it appears that this recession will be a moderate one, perhaps even a light rain instead of a hurricane. The last time the US experienced a recession was in the year 2020, when the entire world experienced a shutdown as a result of pandemic caused by the coronavirus. The National Bureau of Economic Research did not even wait for 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth before announcing that the onset of a recession. That's right, the Bureau of Economic Analysis is the one that's in charge of letting us know when we are in a recession. However, just like with hurricanes, the most important thing to remember if you want to weather recession is to stay calm and prepared. Because recessions are a normal and necessary part of the economy, it is inevitable that we will experience them at some point in the future. Since the end of World War II, the US has been through a total of 13 recessions, each lasting approximately 10 months on average. These economic troubles are only going to last for a limited time, regardless of what the economy does. You have likely survived at least 2 economic downturns if you are currently engaging in this activity. And you made it, right? Having said all of that, it is always to one's advantage to be prepared for a recession. The rise in inflation combined with a decline in the value of your retirement accounts gives the impression that a recession is closer than it has ever been. It's reasonable to be concerned at this time. Instead of focusing that energy on other things, you need to make sure that your finances are in the appropriate place. At the end of the day, you need to have everything in order within your own household in order to be able to weather a recession successfully. That is going to matter a great deal, more than anything that is taking place on Wall Street or in the White House. So regardless of whether or not the economy is in a recession, I will continue to adhere to my time-tested plan, which entails adhering to a budget, paying off debt, saving for unexpected expenses, investing for retirement, and living your life in a way that is unparalleled by anyone else. If you currently have debt, but also a job that is stable and secure, you should continue working on your debt snowball and making additional payments on your debt just like you have been doing so far. You'll experience an overwhelming sense of freedom and peace once you have paid off all your debt. And when you aren't spending the majority of your paycheck on debt payments, things like an increase in the price of groceries or a decline in the stock market won't hurt you as much as they otherwise would have. On the other hand, I would say stop making progress on your debt snowball right away if you've recently lost your job or are worried about losing your job in the near future. First and foremost, you need to ensure that you have sufficient funds to cover your basics. Things are like food, utilities, shelters, and transportation. You need to stop making any additional payments toward your debt, but make sure to keep up with the minimum payments even if you've already covered your basics. The most essential thing that you can do is to look after yourself and your loved ones. Keep in mind that you shouldn't take on any additional debt, regardless of how terrified you might feel about losing your job. You are already going through a difficult time, and the accumulation of debt is only going to make things more difficult for you and your family and put you in a bind in the future. Even if you've recently been laid off, even if you are experiencing anxiety, and even if the economy is struggling, taking on additional debt is a really bad idea. Keep saving. Always make sure you have some money set aside for unexpected expenses. If a recession were to occur, you would be able to face it with confidence, knowing that you have an emergency fund set up. It's important to remember that your emergency fund serves as a buffer between you and the life in general, not just during times when there is talk of a downturn in the economy. In addition, now is the time to make certain that your dollars go even further by taking advantage of opportunities to save money. If you have been keeping some kind of budget all along, you need to get serious about it and create a budget that assigns a purpose to each and every dollar by using the zero-based system. When the stock market is falling, you might feel the urge to sell your mutual funds at a loss and invest in something secure so that you can ride out the storm. Stay put, take a deep breath, and resist the urge to act based on your fear. Investing is a roller coaster ride, and the only people who get hurt on a roller coaster are the ones who jump off at the wrong time. This is something that we repeat over and over again. Instead, you should wait, ride it out. There is a constant up and down movement in the stock prices. And even if you have experienced a loss in the value of your investments, you won't actually feel that loss until you withdraw the money from those investments. Therefore, you shouldn't withdraw any of your money at this time. Instead, you should wait for the market to improve. Right now, mutual funds are essentially participating in a massive inventory reduction sale. That indicates that if you keep investing, you will eventually be able to invest in stocks through your mutual funds at prices that are absolutely insane. And when the market picks back up, which it will, you will still be on that roller coaster, grinding as you watch the significant returns roll in from the investments you made during the clearance sale. Now, above all else, keep in mind that saving for retirement through investment is a process that is more akin to a marathon than a sprint. Also, don't withdraw your money just because some guy on the news told you to do so. You should also do your own homework by researching every single stock that you invest in or every single mutual funds that you are investing in as well. Keep in mind that the definition of a recession is when the overall economy has been in a state of contraction for at least 6 months. However, the financial choices you make on a daily basis have a greater bearing on your life than the opinions of the talking heads on cable news or on YouTube. Now, think about events that have taken place at your home over the past half year. Have you experiencing a downturn in your financial situation that you can put it on factors such as inflation or something else? If you had a string of bad luck, now is the time to buckle down and get serious about what you are doing. Make the most of this economic downturn by using it as a motivation to change the way you currently manage your money. It's possible that you have no idea how to get started. It's not hard to recognize a warning sign or to realize that something needs to be different, but it can be challenging to figure out how to actually make those things happen. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.